Hi, and welcome to the Espresso English podcast, where you can improve your English in just a few minutes a day. My name is Shayna, and I'm the teacher at Espresso English. Make sure to visit the website espressoenglish.net, where you can get online courses and ebooks that will help you learn English even faster. Let's get started with today's lesson. It's the end of the year, so let's learn some great English expressions with the word end. These are casual, conversational expressions you might hear in everyday English, so it's important to know what they mean and how to use them naturally. Make sure to download your free lesson guide by clicking on the link in the video description. Enter your email address and I'll send you that free PDF so you can review these phrases. Number 1, loose ends. Loose ends are unfinished details that still need to be dealt with. For example, before we launch the course, we need to tie up a few loose ends, meaning take care of some unresolved details. Number 2, we have two similar expressions, at my wit's end and at the end of my rope. This means completely frustrated or overwhelmed, or out of patience or out of strength to continue. For example, I've tried everything. I'm at my wit's end with this computer problem. After working 80 hours this week, I'm at the end of my rope. Number 3, light at the end of the tunnel. This means a sign that difficulties are almost over. For example, the project was tough, but we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Number 4 is a means to an end. This is something you do only to achieve a goal and not because it's valuable itself. For example, this part-time job is just a means to an end until I find something better. So I don't value this job for itself. This is just helping me survive until I can find a better job. Number 5, the end of the road. This is the point where you can't progress or continue any further. For example, when the company stopped responding to our messages and phone calls, we knew it was the end of the road. Number 6, not the end of the world. We say this when we want to express that something is not as bad as it seems. It's not a disaster. For example, yeah, you didn't get into your dream college, but it's not the end of the world. There are many other great colleges out there. Number 7, put an end to something. This is another way to say stop something completely. For example, the manager put an end to the gossip by addressing it directly. Number 8, a dead end. This literally means a street that just ends, it stops, and there's no other way to get out of it. But it also means a situation with no further progress or possibilities. For example, I applied to quite a few jobs, but they were all dead ends. It means I didn't get the job, I didn't get an interview, there's no possibility for progress in any of them. Number 9, get the short end of the stick. This means to receive the worst part of a deal or situation. For example, he always gets the short end of the stick when chores are assigned. So maybe he gets the most difficult or the dirtiest chores. Number 10, never hear the end of something. This means someone keeps talking or complaining about it. For example, picture a husband saying, if I forget our 20th anniversary, I'll never hear the end of it, meaning his wife will keep talking and talking about it for a really long time. If you love learning expressions like these and you'd like to see how they're used in conversations, check out my everyday English speaking courses. They are full of real-life phrases for so many situations. The first level focuses on practical phrases for daily life, and the second level of the course teaches you more advanced informal expressions. All the lessons are based on dialogue, so you can learn them in context. I'll link to the speaking courses in the video description as well. I've got 5 more phrases for you. Number 11 is make one's hair stand on end. This means to scare or shock someone. For example, that horror movie made my hair stand on end. Number 12 is make ends meet. This means to have just enough money to cover your expenses. For example, with rising prices, it's getting harder to make ends meet. Number 13, no end in sight. This means there's no sign of something stopping or being resolved. For example, Whew, this traffic jam has no end in sight. Number 14, we could say weeks, months, or years on end. And this means something continues for many weeks, months, or years without stopping. For example, he worked 7 days a week for months on end. And number 15 is a question. To what end? This is asking, what's the purpose or result of this? It's often a skeptical question. For example, she's collecting all this data, but to what end? Meaning, why? What's her reason or purpose? Wait a second, I don't have just 15 phrases, I have 20 phrases. Let's keep going with number 16. It's end up, which is a phrasal verb, meaning to reach a final state or destination, often unexpectedly. For example, we ended up staying in a tiny village off the map. Maybe that wasn't the original plan, but that's what we did in the end. Number 17, end game. The end game is the final stage of a process, often one with strategy or consequences. For example, what's your end game with this business idea? Number 18, burn the candle at both ends. This means to overwork yourself, to do too much without rest. For example, she's been studying all night and working all day. She's burning the candle at both ends. We also have the expression, at the end of the day. This doesn't mean literally at the end of a day. It means in conclusion or when everything is considered. For example, at the end of the day, what matters most is your health. And number 20, end on a high note or end on a sour note. This means to finish something positively, that's ending on a high note, or negatively, that's ending on a sour note. For example, the concert ended on a high note with a standing ovation. The meeting ended on a sour note after the argument. I bet you didn't know the word end could be used in so many different ways, but now you know 20 new expressions. And what better time to learn them than at the end of the year? Remember to download your free lesson guide through the link in the video description. And hey, you can end the year on a high note by joining my Everyday English Speaking course and taking your speaking skills to the next level, one lesson at a time. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a great end of the year. Bye for now.
If you want more great English lessons, visit espressoenglish.net, where you can sign up by email to receive a free ebook with 500 plus real English phrases. You'll also find online courses to help you improve your English fast, even if you don't have much time to study. Keep practicing your English, and I hope you have a wonderful day.